Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cabbage Patch Soap. My name is Laura, and today we will be going over how to make salt sizzlers and how to make carpet freshener, as well as cutting the soap from the previous live. So, just adjusting the camera and making sure that I've got the live chat working. So, first, what we'll do is we'll first cut the soap from the previous live. I'll go ahead and cut the Gone with the Wind soap. So this is how that looks so far. And if you've never heard of salt sizzlers or the carpet fragrances, what these are, the salt sizzlers are made from pink Himalayan salts, and they're soaked in a fragrance oil, and you use them the same way as you would use a wax melt. And the carpet freshener is a powder that you sprinkle on the carpet before you vacuum. So let's take a look at these bars. Here's the first one. Oh, that came out really pretty. Hi, Stacy. Welcome. I really like how these swirls turned out. It almost looks like hanging flowers. And all the colors stayed separate, which is perfect. They didn't get all muddied together. That looks really cool. I'm trying to get the camera to focus as usual. It smells so good. It's a really nice floral. So here's the second bar. And there's that end. That's kind of neat. It has really wispy swirls there. And here's the top of that one. They have very textured tops. It's really nice. All right, and here's the third bar. And here's a swirl on this white side. This looks really cool. I like how the red outlined the green on this one. You have no carpet. It has a howling dog. You guys see lots of pictures in these soaps that I seem to miss. A howling dog. Let's see. The first bar. On this side? Or on the other side? Oh, is it right here? The cartoon dog. Lower right in blue. Yeah, this right here? Because it couldn't be. Yeah, it'd have to be this one right here. It's interesting how you can see shapes. It's like watching clouds and seeing the shapes in the clouds. That's cute. Okay. I'm going to set these aside. Oh, yeah, the sample bar. So these are the M pieces that we'll cut up for samples later. I'm just going to set this here. This is a nice firm bar too, which is really good. It means it'll cure easily. Sometimes, not that they take longer, but sometimes I don't like how they cure. I just realized I forgot to turn off the fan again. I'll turn that off too as I put this away. Okay. Trying to decide which shelf to put this on. I think I got a spot right here. I think let me turn this off. I think what caused this to firm up so much is that floral. The florals always seem to make the soaps firm up quickly. All right, just lining these up on the shelf real quick. Yeah, these should cure nice and easy. All right, I'm gonna clean off the cutter because we have those lanolin soaps. Thank you, Stacy. I'm going to cut those lanolin soaps and show you the individual bars that we made. Okay, here's the individual bar for that Gone with the Wind. Came out really super colorful. And then these are the lanolin. Oopsie, I knocked that bottle over. These are the lanolin bars. This is the one that we made with lard, and this is the one that was vegan. Well, except for the lanolin, it's vegan. So let's do the vegan one first. Here's that. I'll go ahead and cut it this way. And we will put the bars through here. Oh, good. It's still easy to cut. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure about that lard one. I have a feeling that one's going to be really firm. It's kind of plain. Obviously, we didn't add any colors or designs, but it's a really nice, creamy, just natural bar. And this smells really good. It's got a very natural fragrance with the mint. It's really bright smell from the mint. And then it's got that chamomile and then the lavender, which gives it like an herbal, like a sweet herbal fragrance. Let me see what you're saying here. Checked out your Instagram. You're making stainless steel tumblers. Oh, yeah, I'll have to check your Instagram. I haven't been on there lately just because I've been so busy with work, but I definitely need to get on there and check it out for sure. Here's the M pieces. Yeah, this is for Tamsin to wash the wool. Right, right. Her channel is BF Fiber Arts by Tamsin. And if you check out her channel, you'll see what I mean. The wool that she gets is really dirty. And I mean, it's just like it looks so dirty. It looks like you can't use it for anything. And she shows how she cleans it. It's really cool. All right. And then here's the wavy like bacon. And I think we should cut it this way into bacon strips. That would be good. And here's to hoping that it'll cut. I want to make sure I get a bacon strip going down the middle of each one. I think it should be no problem. Oh, good. It's not too hard. Sometimes lard soaps, they get really hard really fast and could be kind of difficult to cut, but this turned out just fine. And that's how that one came out. Still smells really good. Doesn't smell like lard, just smells like the herbs, the herbal fragrance oils that I put in there. There's that. There's that wavy top. Looks kind of cool. I might have to use this design for other soaps just because I like how pretty it is. You wouldn't know it was meant to be bacon unless somebody pointed it out. Trying to show. I don't know if the camera's going to get it. All right, so I'll put it here. And then here's the end pieces. So I'll be sending her this to see if it cleans the wool better, because if it does, that might be useful to some people for cleaning their dirty wool before she cleans it. It's like raw wool right off the animal. It's not turned into anything yet. And then she spins it into yarn and makes stuff with it. It's really cool. It's definitely one of those projects that I think would be really fun to do, but I don't have time, disfortunately. Okay, I'm going to clean this out. And then I'll put this back, and then we will do the salt sizzlers and the carpet freshener. These are some really fun projects. And they make really, the salt sizzlers are really cool, and the carpet freshener is really like a nice way to make your carpet smell good. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in here. Okay, so let me just get these soap crumbs out of the way. All right. She has the Tamsin has this neat no wool left behind thing that she does, where she uses up all the wool and doesn't waste it. And I have a feeling that that'd be kind of fun to do with soap, like no soap left behind, and take all these like little scraps and things and do things with them. Let's see what you're saying here. Just reading the chat real quick. Oh yeah. Um, your niece dyes wool. Yeah. I mean, if you have your own sheep, you have to shear them, but yeah, you can get wool from different places, different types of wool too, and dye it yourself. I know that Tamsin has videos where she's shown how to dye the wool, and she has some really cool outcomes with that. It seems like so much fun. I just literally don't have that many hours in a day to do it all. Okay, so let me show you first. Let's do the salt sizzlers first. So here is a finished, well, one that I already mixed up. So this is Himalayan salt, and it's been mixed with the fragrance oil. This one is scented with blueberry cobbler. It smells so good. It's got this really juicy blueberry scent mixed with this rich buttery like pastry almost. It smells like something is baking in the oven. It smells so good. It smells just like it smells like food. It smells delicious. The way you use this is if you've seen, and I have one and I meant to get it out to show you, but I forgot to do it. But basically, you know those candle warmers, those wax melt warmers. It's like usually it comes in two pieces. There's like the base. You could put like a candle in there, or some of them plug in, and then there's a little dish that you set on top, and you put a wax melt in there. This works just like the wax melt. You put the salt in it instead, and it lets off the aroma, and you've got these pretty salts in here. So this is basically an alternative to wax. It's supposed to be easier to clean up, and it just and you're not left with a bunch of wax to throw away at the end, and it's just salt. So it's a little bit more natural, and just a lot of people prefer it. So this is what it looks like when it's finished, and then excuse me, I'm still getting over that cough. Here's the bag that we'll be putting it in. Um, it's one of these little windowed bags here. Hi, Wanda. Welcome. Oh, yeah, the little warmers. You guys have a bunch of those? Yeah, I have one. It's so pretty. It's really, I mean, it's basic looking, but I think it's pretty. And, but yeah, I have one. Let me just open this bag really quick here. But yeah, I think they look really, really nice. You can get some really, really pretty ones. And I would like more, but I don't really have anywhere else to put one. So I'm just stuck with the one, unfortunately. So I just opened the bag, and it's got a resealable pouch. So you can use as much or as little of this as you want. Because the fragrance, these are premium fragrances, so they're so strong. You won't need very much of this, but just adding in a little bit here. But anyway, if you decide to just use some of it and not use the whole bag, it's got the zipper on it, so you can reseal it. That's what I really like about these baggies. And after I put this in the bag, I'll show you what that looks like, and then I'll show you how I make them. Let's see what you guys are saying here. But yeah, this one is scented with a blueberry cobbler. I'm not sure if you were here when I mentioned that. In fact, let me put this in something and hold this up. All right, so there we go. That's a little bit better. So you can kind of see what's going down into the bag. Whoops. And I'm just going to push this in. Hopefully it doesn't tip over on me. The other one I want to make is going to be vanilla cupcake. And oh, it smells so good. I used to make soap with these scents, but I find that people prefer them as like a scent to scent the house rather than a scent to put in soap. So, and it honestly, it's a soap that you think, oh, that's not going to smell good in person. In person, it smells amazing. So when I would do in-person shows like farmers markets and craft fairs, the soap sold really well, but it doesn't sell very well online because people can't smell it. They don't know what to expect. So I think that's why it doesn't do so well. But okay, so I got that in there. Looks like I got a tiny drop right there. Let me just get that off. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to close up this bag. And this is how it looks. And this bag does stand up on its own now that I've got it filled. So they're really, really nice bags. It shouldn't leak or anything. And I'll put my label on here. Let me just see what you guys are saying real quick here. Yeah, the wax melts do tend to run out of scent quickly, especially since I feel like we go nose blind to things really quick, and that doesn't help either. Let me see here. And you spill the wax. Yep, I spill it too. Oh man, what a mess. And yeah, it that's exactly what happens. I think Lorna is out of town. Yeah, I think she's out of town this week, so she was telling us about it. Okay, so let me set all this aside. So here is what the salt looks like before we add any fragrance. And I'm just going to get my scale. And for this we put about a half an ounce of fragrance. Is quite a lot. That's why this stuff smells so strong. Um for this amount. And this is the vanilla cupcake. And like I said, it smells amazing. So I'm gonna pour this in. That's good. Okay. And I don't want to overdo it because I want to make sure these salts absorb as much of this fragrance as possible. How much will I be selling them for? I haven't actually decided yet. I need to price these out. Probably like I'm thinking around like maybe like $6 or so. And you should get a lot of use out of these little bags. It doesn't look like much, but like I said, these are so strong, and you just need a little bit, like a spoonful each time. Let me just move this out of the way real quick. Okay, and then now what you need to do is just stir this. I've also considered adding some color to this, like maybe color them depending on like what's in it. So like the blueberry cobbler, make it blue. Chocolate, add some like brown glitter or something. So this one is just gonna be because the oil has a more clear. It's not as so like this is the blueberry cobbler oil. It looks like blue. It's like a dark amber color. But this one, like I showed you, is a much lighter color, so it's not coloring the salt nearly as much. This is a really strong vanilla flavor to it, and then it has that same like buttery baked good fragrance, like a cupcake, just like real cupcakes. Smells so good. And I just stir this for a few minutes, and then what I do is I like to let it sit for a little bit and get it to absorb as much of this oil as possible. You can see that these salts, that little bit of oil, really coats these salts. I'll show you. Trying to get the camera to focus on this. Let me see what you're saying here. Yeah, I like the color of the salt too, Stacy. I kind of prefer it almost. I know some people color them, but the only reason I think that would be good with the colors is if you buy a lot of different fragrances, then it'd be easy to tell them apart at a glance. But I kind of like how these look natural, and the pink salt is really really pretty on its own. But yeah, this almost has like a birthday cake scent almost. I'm just trying to. Yeah, it smells like. I mean, vanilla cupcake it is definitely it, but this could also pass as like a birthday cake almost. It's really 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 good. And so you just use it in the wax melt burner. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and set this aside to let it kind of absorb while we make the carpet um, uh, powder, the carpet fragrance. So what this is basically it's baking soda, and we just need to break up the little clumps. And this is really cool because the way it works is of course, I get the lumps. But anyways, the way this works is you sprinkle a little bit onto your carpet, and you can let it sit for a little bit. Like it's recommended, you let it sit about 20-30 minutes or so, and then you vacuum it up. I'm gonna see what you're doing. He's saying here real quick in the chat. Yeah, the food scented ones make me hungry too. That's very very true. But it also makes the house smell really like homey and just I don't know. It's like a happy kind of feeling, like going to grandma's house or something, and you smell something cooking, and It's like that kind of a thing. I do want to get some others. I want to make like a lavender maybe. I think lavender would be nice and relaxing. And if there are any that you would want to see made, let me know, because obviously you want me to make star showers. Is that what I'm hearing? Because I could definitely make a star showers. Um, but yeah, and I'll put these in the shop pretty much right away once I have some of them made and I get the labels made. So um, I've already got the freshies, the air freshies in there. They're in there now. So okay, so we got, looks like we got the lumps out of here. Now with this, yes, you do the star shower. I think that star shower is so good. All right, so with this batch, we don't want too much fragrance in here because it'll kind of clump up and get all gummy. But we want enough to where it'll scent the carpet just a little bit, and then you can vacuum it up. And then as you vacuum, it puts the scent in the air as well. And so I had a couple different ones, a couple different fragrances. I couldn't decide, so I was going to ask you guys to vote. I've got forest pine, which is kind of a Christmassy like pine smell. It smells really, really good. It's very clean and very like has like a holiday feel to it. And then of course the other one is lavender. So you guys tell me if you'd rather we make this into lavender or like the Christmassy pine smell. I'll wait and see what you guys say. Lavender? Okay. If I make a lavender salt too, that would go good together. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this in. We're going to start with a little bit and then add more if we need it. But we really want a tiny, tiny bit so that this doesn't get gummy. Um, but I want enough to where it really scents it well. So we're going to do like, yeah, like that, like 0.1. Let's start with that. And then we can add more. So see how it's kind of clumping up a little bit? That's totally fine. We'll just keep stirring until those clumps go away. And also, sometimes this works better just using your hands and with gloves on, of course, and just rubbing those bits of fragrance between your fingers, and then it should crumble into smaller pieces. Okay, I can really smell the fragrance coming out of this now. It's starting to really smell like lavender. Yeah, this is going to be really, really nice. I'm going to add some more. And what's nice about this is it's just the baking soda. Is it's relatively safe for most things. So I know that a lot of people have suggested adding other things to it, like somebody suggested borax, and I wouldn't want that on my carpet because that, I mean, it'd be very clean for sure, but if your pets walk over that, that can make them very sick. So this won't do that. There's nothing, there shouldn't be anything in here to make your pet sick or anything like that. Let me see what you're saying here. Since you don't have carpet, yeah. I mean, you can still use it if you have. I don't like. You can use it in the like if you have furniture that's like fabric. Just use the vacuum attachment for your the vacuum attachment for furniture. You know what I'm talking about? You could use that. Those are the other things you could use it on if you wanted to. All right, let's pour a little bit more. I think you can handle a little more. We'll do 0.2, so that's 0.3 total. All right. All right, that might be the limit. This is going to be really, really strong smelling. You don't have a vacuum. Well, there you go. That's going to cause problems if you tried to use this. I guess you could sweep it up, but that would just be silly at that point. Somebody said that they used it in their car, like they would vacuum their car out using this. I thought that was a kind of cool idea. Have a really clean smelling car when you're done. Okay, yeah, I think that probably the ideal amount is zero point 0.2 instead of 0.3 because this is getting a little bit almost like like almost like wet sand. So a little bit much, I think. It's hard to know because since I haven't made it a batch this size before, this is how you find out. Whoops, find out how much you need, because you don't want to put so little in there that it doesn't smell like anything, but you don't want to put so much that it clumps like this. So, but that's not a problem. I can just add a little bit more of the baking soda and mix that in here to there we go, to thin it out a little bit so it's not quite as moist. Everybody's favorite word. All right, yeah. So I definitely need a little more baking soda in there. Since this is oil, it's not really going to dry out. I can't just leave it out to dry, but I could definitely add more. Let's see what you have here. You have a lint brush to get the cat hair off. Yeah, of course. Cats think that everything is theirs. That's why. And they're mostly right. So he probably likes the feeling of it. If you roll it on his fur, he's probably liking the feeling of it, like pulling all the loose hair out or something. Okay, I got a bigger container. What we'll do is I will add, oops, let me do this on screen here. I'm just going to add this to this, and we'll just adjust the amount of baking soda. I'm also gonna, this will also make it easier to stir. I think if I make more of this, I'm gonna have to use a larger container, because it's big enough to stir, but it's small enough to make it difficult to stir, if that makes sense. My table's gonna smell nice, that's for sure. Okay. Let's try a few more ounces. We'll do 4 more ounces and then mix that. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, it does look like snow. It does. It's not as cold as snow. It doesn't smell like snow. And I don't want to taste it, because I have a feeling it's going to taste like fragrance and baking soda. I don't know why I have that idea, but for some reason, that's my guess. All right, I'm going to get all these little lumps out. I'm going to use my hands for this, because then I can feel where all the little lumps are. I think what I might do is run it through a sieve next time. Or actually, I could do that when I'm done, is run it through a sieve and make sure there's no little lumps. Yeah. I think I'll do that before I pack it up, is run it through a sieve. Okay, this is feeling much better already. Now, see, this is something that I would want to add glitter to, just because I like the idea. It's like fairy sprinkles. But not everybody wants to vacuum glitter out of their carpet on a regular basis. Maybe I can have it as an option, like add glitter for 10 cents or something. Then I'll make you a special batch that has glitter. All right. Yeah, this is a much better consistency. See, it's not clumping as much, and it's yeah, this is better. Okay. I'm just going to keep mixing this. And we'll get all the way down to the corners on both sides. There we go. I think I'll put this in the same little bags that I showed you for the salt. I think I'll use the same bags for this. I think that'll be really convenient, because it'll have that the zip top so that it won't float away. This smells really good. Oh yeah. Really, really strong lavender scent. This is perfect. Okay. There we go. Just kind of leveling this out. There. We got some clumpy snow that smells like lavender. Or yeah, maybe a shaker bottle. Let's see here. Zooey had glitter on his nose. How cute. Now he'll make little glittery triangles on the window. Yeah, I was thinking a shaker bottle. I don't really have a way. I guess I can look into getting some of those. I don't have any right now. It also makes it really hard to ship, just because there are certain, um, like I would have to get special boxes for them probably. But I have thought about that. It would just the real concern is that if I go to bottles instead of the little bags, it would increase the cost significantly, probably by $1 or more per per pack. So, um, but that is an option. I could certainly um, look into it once I, um, you know, if people like these, then yeah, I can switch up to shaker bottles. But I don't want to invest in a bunch of bottles if I don't know if people like it. So we will see. There we go. So now I got this I can use on my own carpet later. He got a triangle, a glittery triangle on your mouse. Oh, he sat on your mouse. Okay, so this is looking good. I'm gonna set this aside to kind of uh, let the fragrance like infuse with this a little bit better. And let me just check the salts we made really quick after I get this off my hands. Try and wipe this off. That's better. Okay. Okay. So this is the one we just made with that vanilla cupcake. Yeah, this looks really, really good. So yeah, this smells really good. So I'll make a few more of these in different fragrances and put them up in my shop and see if you guys like them. There we go. Let me get the bag and put it in there. Oh, you're talking to your mom, Wanda? Let me put this, just opening the bag up and opening the bottom up a little bit to see if I can get this to stand up after I put a little bit of it in here. Once I get this to stand up, we can pour the rest in. Although I might use that container just in case. Yeah, see, it stands fine, but I'm going to put it in here anyway, just in case I bump it or something. I don't want it to go everywhere. Let's move these back. All right, I'm going to pour this in carefully. Oops. Get this to widen up a little bit. There we go. I don't want to crease the bag, but I don't want it closing on me either. There we go. Just going to scrape out the last bit of the salt and get all of it in there. There we go. All right. And, oh, looks like one little piece of salt. Let me get it. No salt left behind. There we go. All right, now I'll just close this up. And this is the vanilla cupcake. Oh, it smells good. If you guys like vanilla scents, anything like that, or baked good scents, you'll like this one. You'll like both of them if you like baked goods. They smell so good. So I got those done, and then we will make others. Since I'll make others available, I can definitely do star showers. Okay. Yes, lavender. That's what we made. The carpet. This is the carpet sprinkles, and we did lavender for that. So we're just going to let that sit for a little bit. I'll cover it up with something so that it doesn't absorb anything else, and then I will pack that up. That'll be later once this is done, kind of setting. So that is everything for this live. Um, I think I'll be doing more of these sorts of things with the like make the soap, maybe make the soap one live and do another project another live. Just seeing, just depends on what I have because I do have a lot of these like little side projects that I want to show you. I think it's a lot of fun to try different things with the different fragrances. So um, as much as I can, I want to include those. Otherwise, I'll be doing soap. And yeah. And if you guys enjoyed this, please consider liking the video and subscribing. It really helps me out. And thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. This has been a lot of fun. And I will see you guys on Thursday. And we'll be doing, I mean, not Thursday, back on Monday. We'll be doing another project or some soap or something. I haven't decided yet. So I'll see you guys soon. Have a great night.